Met with Unity. Hey yeah, my name is Zeb and welcome to Trolley of Choice by MacMatt880. It's on National.io. So, imagine being me. And, like, with a flaw. You know, I don't have flaws, but, like, imagine I had flaws like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say something random, like accidentally uploading a video without having the voices, and afterwards, without knowing the mistake, recording an extra part days later, because MacMatt088 has fixed the game, you know? Just absurd things. In this fake scenario that didn't happen, MacMatt880 saved the Don't Forget episode, so go play this game yourself, because it has multiple endings, I heard. It's not like I completed the game, you know? It has multiple endings. New message. Welcome to the test. If all has gone to plan, you'll remember nothing of who you are or why you're here. Don't worry, that's a good thing. I'm going to present you with a series of scenarios. Answer as honestly as possible. There are no right answers. Finish all of them and your memory will be returned to you. Do you understand? Understood. Our trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever and divert it to the other track. Killing one person instead. What do you do? Well, it's honest, you know, it's honest. You know, it's honest. I guess pull the lever. It's better to just kill one. Our trolley is heading towards 2 people. You can pull the lever and divert it to the other track, killing one person instead. I mean, yeah. Pull the lever. A trolley is heading towards your favorite singer. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 2 persons instead. Do nothing, cause, you know, numbers. Heading towards your best friend. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 5 instead. It's my best friend. So, you've had your first taste of the test. What could you be thinking? Do you imagine me as a crewman, one entirely void of human emotion? Not an unreasonable assumption, I suppose. If it gives you any comfort knowing that none of these deaths are actually happening, these are entirely hypothetical scenarios. There's no point in stopping now. This doesn't end until you either finish the exam or die of dehydration. Either way, I'll have what I need. We're going nowhere near the end, so buckle down and get to work. Or perish. It's your choice. Believe me, choices matter. Hello? Ah! Yeah, sure. Sure, I just killed. A trolley is heading towards... It's just the button doesn't work, talk to her! A trolley is heading towards 5 people who tied themselves to a track. You can pull the lever and divert it to the other track. Can pull a person tripped and stuck instead. What do you do? I'll do nothing because they wanted their Markiplier. Their Markiplier. They just wanted to see if their body can handle a trolley. Our trolley is heading towards one random child. Pull the lever, divert it to the other track, killing one elderly person. Pull the lever. The elderly had a nice life. The child still has a long life ahead of them. Our trolley is heading towards your loving partner. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 10 people instead. Pull the lever. You cannot imagine how much I wish I could be there to observe your decisions in person. Unfortunately, that simply isn't possible. I've ran this test a dozen times at least, and without fail, the best part is watching the person decide what choice is correct. Do you sacrifice the many to save the few? Even when it puts blood on your hands? Hypothetically, of course, I can only imagine the way the one would feel having to make these choices for real. Regardless, I expect the recordings of these tests and your reactions to them will be satisfying enough in its own way. There are many typos. Well, I'd be best to not distract you any further. I'm so eager to get these reactions on camera for all my scientific know-how. I can never truly know what a person will decide in the heat of the moment, though maybe I can. I picked you in particular for how similar we think after all. Anyway, enjoy the next set of questions. I know I will. There are many typos. Charlie's heading towards a very rich man. You can pull the lever, divert the track, killing 3 homeless people, gaining rich man's favor instead of what? Oh, boo-hoo. Charlie's heading towards a bag containing 1 million USD. And pull the lever, diverting it to the other track, killing the worst enemy. Letting the money. I said so many times. That's why on the multiverse SMP, further things how they do. Death is worse than anything. You have only one try. One singular try. One shot. To make it worth it. Nothing's more worth than a human life. I mean, yes, there's a technical worth on human life. But I don't see it that way. Do nothing. Just make their money to ashes. Charlie's heading towards a small shot. Pull the lever, divert it to the other track, killing 5 veterans. The veterans would scream, "Save the child." If they're good people. Still, good work. Charlie's heading towards your wonderful mother. You can pull the lever to divert it to... There my selfishness comes into check. I congratulate you on getting this far in this test, in the testing. Across a history of crazy ideas, this little experiment might take that cake as my best yet. We're very close to the end of this test. Very close to you finding the answers to the questions you've been asking. Why are you here? Who are you? Why does everything feel so familiar? Well, don't worry. Just one last set of questions and you'll know everything you want to know. But I must warn you, once you learn the answers, it will be very hard to unlearn. As much as you may wish it otherwise. In my last recording I said, are we a clone or something? As much as it. But before I let you go on, I must pose one question. Just something for you to chew on while we finish up. Something that stew in the back of your mind. I have not tried to hide how much I enjoy getting out of these experiments. The internal struggles, the moral conundrums, the real nitty-gritty of what a person is willing to live with. I've mentioned before how we think alike. The question I ask you is, are we alike in this way too? Like I said, are we a clone? Is there no part of you, no matter how small, that enjoys the thrills of struggle, the internal conflicts of morality? Sorry, I tend to yawn when reading too much. I don't know why. The internal conflicts of morality. Does the thought of doing what I do and watching all these different perspectives play out in real time intrigue you? Please have an answer by the time we next meet. Yes or no? Doesn't matter. I imagine the answers will be more interesting than all my other research combined. Yeah. A troll is heading towards your most valued possessions. You can pull out the lever, divert it to the other track, killing one person instead. Is your most valued things like, I don't know, your stuffed animal named Klaus that you've had since you were, I don't know, 3? It's just a random, idea. Your N64, all your retro stuff and not retro things, all your video games, all your data on your PC that you've had since a long, long time. Is that, random things like that, that doesn't, has no real, isn't real, I know your pillows, your little pillow that you've had of Spider-Man that you've had since you were 4 or something. Stuff like that. Random things that just, is not something that I have or something. You can pull the lever, I probably, if I had these items for human life, it's hard for me to say goodbye, but I might do nothing, maybe. I'm not in this actual situation, so heading towards nothing. You can pull the lever, divert it to the other track, killing the richest man alive. Which isn't Elon Musk, by the way. It's just some other random guy here, wherever. No one will know you were involved. Charlie's heading toward... I'm not a perfect person, by the way. I would heavily consider pulling the lever to Elon Musk. I'm not a perfect person. I honestly would probably also say just keep him alive, because death is horrible. I've had a dream where my father died, like more or less recently. Charlie's heading towards a transport vehicle, potentially saving 5 lives because of organs. You can pull the lever diverted to the track, killing 2 people. I might pull the lever. Charlie's headed potentially, sadly, something, but like still. Potentially, you know. Hopefully all goes it well. Towards your beloved children. You can pull the lever. Ugh. That hurts. Finally, congratulations, in order. You've completed every test I had laid out before you. You've earned a reward. I'm drinking water, not Fanta. The truth. The answers to the questions you've long been seeking. Let's start with the most basic, make our way from there. Who are you? The simple answer is, you're me. Plot twist, actually. A good plot twist. The full answer is to touch a more complex. You see, I've had long fascination with the human mind. How it works, why it works, and how it makes decisions. So I went into neurology, looking to learn as much as I could. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna make you yawn. A naive attempt to sate my curiosity. However, by the time I reached the end of my studies, I had discovered just how little we know about ourselves. It was a soul-crushing discovery. Were I just slightly weaker in will, it would have broken me. I was then in my darkest hour that an idea came to me. It was illegal, it was immoral, and it would be quite possibly the most barbaric study conducted in the history of modern science. But those were the concerns of a weak man. I was strong, I was intelligent, and I was curious. I knew that no one man could solve all the mysteries that the brain had to offer, so I decided to specialize in the area that fascinated me the most. I would study choices, how the brain makes them, how people react to the choices they made, and what people are really capable of giving enough incentive. So, I started slowly. I knew this would be a very long game to play. I settled down, acted to play the part of a humble scientist and researcher. Got myself a wife and a few children, all built up to the image of a normal person. All the while I was building to this, the place in which you stand. A prison of my own design. Getting the people was easy. Getting their loved ones easier still. I would find a person, any person, to bring them here. And I would run through a series of tests. Always the same tests, never the same consequences. With each subject I learned less and less. I wasn't learning as much as I'd hoped, and I narrowed down the reason. All of these people were so different. I was never getting a control to compare to, but how could I? It's not like I could find a memoryless victim, right? Thus, in the problem, the solution. I would wipe myself of all my memories and run myself through my own trial. A truly blank slate. Same trials, same consequence. What consequence do you ask? Well, it's very simple. Every scenario just played out. All the death and violence were never hypothetical. Unseen and unknown to you with every decision you made. There were real lives on the line. Our actual partner, our actual mother, our actual children, our actual best friend. All pawns in a larger experiment. Just as it was with all the other subjects. That doesn't make any sense. If you would have told me they're real, you know? then it would have made sense. But like, we didn't know. You lied to us that they weren't real. So what good would the study make? I guess like regret? Learning the regret? I don't know. The test is complete. You will now see a device descend from your ceiling above you. Put it on, it should return our memories to us. You and I shall become us again. I truly can't wait to analyze the results from this experiment. Training. As you pull the device off your head, you're suddenly struck with something you've never felt before. A sense of misery strikes you as you realize exactly what consequences you're supposed to live with. Your partner, your children, your mother, your best friend, all dead from this experiment? You knew it was a possibility, but they haven't What? They're alive? I didn't kill any of them. You look around your empty lab. All the data you collect from this run sitting there waiting for you to analyze. You don't see the point. Everything you thought was important is right in your grasp, and everything you thought trivial is now gone. You're back at that place, the place you had left so many years ago. There's a single second from shattering, but this time there's no epiphany, so you break. You realize that you need to think, so you leave. You walk and walk until you no longer recognize your surroundings. All you can see is a set of train tracks, and all you can hear is the sound of an approaching trolley. It's funny, in a way. After all trolley problems you force people through, forcing yourself through, you find yourself with one final trolley problem for yourself, the one you never intended to make. A trolley's heading towards you. There's no lever to pull, no backing away from things you've done. From this very start, the consequences you have set. As you stand there, you remember the words you had read. A message from your former self. In that moment, with the trolley bearing down on you with no hope in stopping, you can't help but agree with them. Choices matter. I mean, the end. 18. So thanks to him. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't... The ending is still glitched. Like, I didn't kill anyone. Might tell Mac mad again. Also to fix maybe some typos. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to bother him. It's still a nice game. The typos, like the ending is glitched, like the true ending, you know. I didn't kill anyone, so fuck. But like, it's cool. I liked it. It was, if I would have killed everyone, it would have been a great twist. Honestly, it still is a great twist. I didn't retro like the ending. I was like, oh, game glitched. No, it didn't. It just got sad. And don't forget, we'll meet each other. I'll see you tomorrow.